There we go.
My word, honestly, if anyone could have seen us try to start filming, then you would have absolutely just marvelled at my dad's tech incompetence. Hello, welcome back to 1874. We are on our way to Villa Park to watch the second leg of Villa's tie with Lille in the Europa League, last 16. Last week, Villa, of course, won 1-0, Dad. It wasn't a thrilling game, but they got over the line, and then we thought they might have taken some confidence from that.
Hopefully that will have been enough now, because I don't know what you're going to ask me about tonight, and I really don't know what score to predict.
No, I'm unsure of how to read Villa at the moment. I expect us to go through. I expect us to get over the line tonight and find ourselves in the quarter-finals. People keep coming up, not loads of people, a few people, and you did it actually when I was around your house earlier, said that I'm being a little bit negative at the moment.
You are being not more than just a little bit.
But when you're doing podcasts and stuff, you have to talk about what you're seeing and what's unfolding in front of you. And when they're not performing week after week and they're not getting results every week, and John McGinn spoke about it yesterday. In fairness, there's nothing wrong with criticise. I'm not being unreasonable with what I'm saying, but we aren't on a great run at the moment.
Luckily, all the other teams around us aren't either, but I mean, that doesn't matter tonight, does it?
No, I mean, I think we will come out of the run eventually, but you want it to be sooner rather than later, because
you certainly do.
The gap that we had's now completely dissipated. I love that word, I always say dissipated. The gap that we had on the other teams has kind of gone. Like, it is worrying, because we know that the club is dependent on qualifying for the Champions League to being able to do anything in the transfer market, and this squad is going to need some business doing in the summer. So
as you say, it will all unravel if we don't get in the Champions League.
Yeah, so the Europa League tonight, I still think the most likely route, I'm going to be honest, I still think it's the league.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone this way, should I? Because you get stuck up by the cinema. That was a bad decision for me. I still think the most likely route is the league. I think the Europa League is going to be really hard to win. I think people wrongly assume that we'll just rock up and win it because of Emery and because we're a Premier League team.
No, I'm not confident.
Look at what happened in Europe this week with in the Champions League. Chelsea smashed, Man City smashed, Tottenham not smashed in the end, but knocked out. Newcastle absolutely obliterated at Camp Nou. I know it's the Europa League, but there's still some handy teams in there that are used to playing in Europe every single season, and we're getting used to it a bit more now. But these sides always have good players. Now, I don't think it'll be Lille that knock us out, famous last words, but if we get through tonight, it's a potentially tricky tie, potentially Daniel Marlin.
Yep.
Your camera angle's an absolute disgrace here, by the way, Dad.
Excuse me, I'm Sutton Coldfield Movie Makers.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's this camera.
It's not the camera, it's your unsteady hand.
Well, it's your unsteady driving.
Have you? Can you remember your first ever European game?
Good grief.
I think we spoke about this before. I think I said what mine was and you didn't know what it was.
I can't remember.
Inter Milan was mine. Penalties, Phil King.
I've no idea.
No idea? What you must know, what kind of decade it would have been.
No idea.
You must have.
I don't.
You know whether it was the 70s or the 80s, surely.
Intertoto Cup.
No, because I'd been to loads of European games before the Intertoto Cup, so that's not the answer.
I don't know then.
It must have been I'm guessing you went in the 80s. Did you go to it when we won
Probably
the cup?
went in the 80s after we won the European Cup.
Would you have I know you didn't go to the final because you were working.
Certainly didn't go to the final.
Would you have gone to any of the games in the lead up to that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got there in the end.
So there you are, 1982.
No, I reckon you probably went before that and have forgotten, to be honest.
Probably.
Yeah. But you're not feeling, confidence probably not the right word, but you think we'll progress tonight?
I think we will, yeah.
Lille weren't great, were
they? They did the work last week, so.
Yeah. What are you hoping to see selection-wise today?
Tammy.
Well, you say that every week, in fairness, and that's not. I don't
you always tell me not to say Bardell.
I mean, Bardell's played about 10 games in a row
in
the time when I think his form's probably been at his worst. Yeah. Whereas earlier on, he was a bit in and out, but every time he was in or he was out, he was...
there's my phone going.
Right, that's Dad's alarm to tell him that his dinner's ready when he's not.
When it's not there.
At home. Should we take a brief pause so you can get your alarm? Okay.
Oh, you're concentrating on driving.
I am, but it's very distracting having someone who's like, we're filming, and then his alarm goes off to tell him that his dinner's ready.
Sorry, but my dinner was ready. Although I've already eaten my dinner, so...
This is where, as we said last time when this happened when we were filming, this is where the alarm falls down. Someone commented last time saying, like, having the alarm to tell you your dinner ready is quite gangster. I don't think they use the word gangster actually. They use a word in a similar vein. Like, it doesn't work. Ultimately, that doesn't work. You've already had your dinner.
I've already had my dinner because we're going out tonight.
Yes, that alarm doesn't work. Got anything else you want to talk about? I can't really think of anything really myself. Julie Brown, maybe that was one thing you're hoping to see tonight.
No, I've given up on Julie.
Have you? Unlucky Julie, you're out.
So many weeks now.
What we need is a new female to a costume at Villa Park, don't we? Get someone to step into
those days are long gone.
Julie's shoes, big shoes. To look at this traffic up by the Cabba Beach, one of the best restaurants in Sutton Coldfield. What's this area called? I've completely forgotten.
Boldmere.
Boldmere. Why couldn't I remember that? We're about to drive past the Cabba Beach. They do unbelievable food. They're run by Villa fans as well. So if you're ever in the area, you should definitely go to the Cabba Beach, shouldn't they?
And they don't ever give you a free meal?
I've had free drinks there before.
Have you?
Yeah, they never give me a free meal, but I've had free drinks quite a lot of times actually.
Right.
Obviously, they don't look after you in the same way as.
Well, I'm not the star, am I?
Pretty sure I went there with Thomas Hitzelsberger not that long ago. Actually, it was a few years ago now actually, and I'm pretty sure I got some free drinks that night. Pretty sure they looked after us, but it's because I was with Thomas. Probably not as much to do with me.
Yeah.
Are you
I think
calling?
I've had it on when it's been your birthday.
Are you calling out the Cabba Beach for not giving you anything for free?
No.
You sounded like you were, to be honest.
No. Sid and Tahira.
There, Dad wants a free meal. Actually, you asked for, didn't you? You didn't want a free drink.
No,
to be fair, you have given them
top-notch.
You've given them a lot of business over the years, haven't you?
We have, yeah. I mean, we don't even bother with other Indian restaurants.
No, I don't. I'm very loyal to the Cabba Beach. In all honesty, we may as well go in for a drink or a curry because this traffic's horrendous. It's not good.
Isn't it?
And we're still saying we're going to be at Villa Park for 6:15, which is ridiculously early. But we've got to.
Yeah, but we've got to walk.
We've got to walk. It was Martin's turn to drive. He's not going to the game.
Oh, Martin.
So it'll be his turn to drive on Sunday, I would have thought.
Yeah,
if I'm driving tonight.
I would have thought so, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well, we'll come back on when we have some team news.
Okay.
Okay, you gonna press the button? Just focus on your walking, don't worry about the camera. Oh, we're stopping. Dad was just doing his normal, I'm not coming next season chat to me, and then someone came up and asked him for a photo, and now he's coming again next season. So don't ever let it be said that Villa fans aren't fickle.
I didn't catch their names. Did you catch their names?
Dermot and Ronan, I was listening. I was listening. Through the turnstiles, or not. They'd say the Lille fans really don't like Emi Martinez. The few amount of them that are in the ground right now just gave him an almighty amount of stick. We're just sat here, we'll do team news in a sec. We're seeing a compilation of goals Villa have scored this season, and there's worldie after worldie, and you've just said, oh, the days when we used to shoot.
Yeah.
Well, they just feel like we don't even have shots anymore, doesn't it? No, okay. But have you remembered the team news I gave you as we were coming into the ground? Because I actually quite like the team that he picked tonight.
You said Buendia's not playing.
Buendia's not playing, which not before time in my opinion, but I know that you really like him. So it's Martinez,
Yep.
Bogard, I've got to try and remember it now, Lindelof, Torres, Matson, Anana Louise, McGinn, Rogers, Sancho, Abraham.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a bit of freshness to the team, a few people with a point to prove. It feels a bit more dynamic,
Yeah, I'm
the
happy
team that
with
he's picked tonight. So that's a team that I expect to get the job done. I mean, you could argue that he's playing Tammy tonight, which means he'll play Watkins on Sunday, which is probably a fair assumption. But if Tammy goes out there tonight and does everything and scores a couple of goals or whatever, then you know, you can then start to say, if you're Tammy, I should be playing on Sunday. So, big opportunity for him. Very quiet at the ground, there's not many people in at the moment, is there? But I'm sure it will fill up. I don't know whether it's a sellout. We've got not a tifo, like a few pieces of paper here. One on Dad's lap. An ode to Unai Emery, I believe, about his 100 wins, and I think all the wins are listed there. So the fans have got to raise the card above their head at the start of the game, the fans have. So another interesting moment before the game.
So you've got to wave it to create a tifo display.
Well, we're creating the tifo tonight.
We can't afford a tifo now.
PSR, got to do our own tifo now. Is it PSR? All right. Okay. So that's the team. Happy with it? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Feeling good now I'm in the ground. You're feeling good now you're in the ground.
No, I'm sat down,
and haven't fell over. So yeah, looking forward to it now we're here. I've got about 1,000 flares, like how on earth do they get them in? They look at me when I bring my camera in.
Time for the Villa. Let's get the job done.
Nil at half time. Dad's not even got anything to say really, so he just started tucking into his whisper before we.
Bar is more exciting than that.
Yeah, it's not great, but you could look at it as in halfway there, halfway into the next round. But you'd like to think attacking a whole end in the kind of second half that we might maybe have a shot. Something, but it's not been. We started off all right. The atmosphere was up. It's the same every game. Like first 10-15 minutes, we look okay. Atmosphere's good. And everything kind of just dwindles a little bit, doesn't it? You've enjoyed your whisper more than you've enjoyed that first half.
I did.
Yeah.
28 minutes, Tammy had a shot.
And he was offside anyway.
And he was offside.
Yeah. They don't really look too threatening, but I guess as the game goes on, they'll open themselves up a little bit and maybe we'll get something on the counter. But we're not going to go through the whole game without them having a chance, I wouldn't have thought. So whilst it's 0-0, the game's, they're probably reasonably happy without a game set, I would say, Lille.
But as you say, extra time and penalties.
Oh, we don't want that.
Would not go down well.
That's the last thing we need. I've got a baby at home. Can't be doing a podcast at 1 AM when I get home. Can't be doing that. Go on. So we need a goal. We need a goal from somewhere, preferably Villa. Any changes you'd like to see? No? Okay. Yeah.
Can't think of what's going to change it.
A bit nothing there. I don't know how Max does this when he's doing his vlogs, but yeah, not really much to talk about. Let's hope the second half is a little bit more interesting. Feel sorry for Harvey still, watching him clap at the end, like gets thrown 10 minutes, like,
I'd have loved him to have scored.
just give the guys some football, please. We got the job done. Good, it was actually played all right in the second half, didn't we?
Yeah.
First goal was lovely, lovely goal, lovely football, wasn't it? Great goal, great to see McGinn on the score sheet again. Scores in Europe so many times.
I thought Ollie was a bit sharper as well today.
Yeah, he should have had one at the end though, shouldn't he, Ollie Watkins? But he, I think he was just surprised to get the ball, to be honest. So, into the quarterfinals we go. Rome was 3-3, I think, the last time I checked. Yeah, 3-3, so could be Roma, could be Bologna. I thought Sancho was good in the second half as well, made the first goal. Lovely ball from Martinez, who enjoyed. That was probably the best moment of the game, wasn't it? So I thought we'd get through. We did. The first half wasn't great. Second half was better. Now we're going to make sure we do the same against West Ham on Sunday. Make sure we get a result. Anything to add? No. I think we'll talk. We'll do more on the way out when it's less loud. Deserted Villa Park now. I just want to tell a story from the game that I've just told James Rushton because we just bumped into him. One of the most unnecessary outbursts I've ever seen at the football from my dad. He never swears, never really does anything during the game. You know
It woke me up, that's what it was.
But Sancho hit the post, which I thought he was quite unlucky, to be honest. That went absolutely ape.
Look, I think the guy's loaded with talent and I don't think he uses it.
Okay, Dad he hit the post. And bear in mind all the other stuff that happened in the game, Dad just went, "Oh, fuck off, Sancho." It was an incredible outburst from quite a passive man. So I just wanted to tell that story, really, on the way
I just
down.
told you it's only because he frustrates the hell out of me.
I thought he played quite well, but Dad obviously has got higher standards than me. Quarter-finalists then, Dad. You happy? Nice for us to win a game again. It doesn't feel like we've won very much at home recently, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So to get, I can tell you're not like infused by the Europa League.
But it's still frustrating.
Yeah. Well, we've been split up.
Compared to how we were earlier,
Yeah, the Europa League doesn't do it for you. I can tell, because I said to you earlier, like when you were trying to pull out of coming to the Villa ever again, like you always do. I said, well, what are you going to do if we qualify for the Champions League? Next season you're like, I'll come to the Champions League games. So yeah, the Europa League doesn't really do it for Dad.
No.
I've noticed, but hopefully some confidence on the board now. That's what we need, isn't it? A little bit of confidence.
Interesting, the Roma Bologna game now, going into extra time.
Still 3-3 at the moment, which is ruining the end of the show a bit because we don't know who we're going to be playing. And
I've still got the same thing that we keep saying about Marlon.
yeah, it does feel like it's written in the script a little bit.
It's just there, isn't it? It's going to happen.
It does feel like
He's
he may
going
have
to
a
come
say.
and put us out.
Yeah, it does. We're about to encounter the Lille fans, so Dad's got his 2 weapons, his 2 sticks if things get tasty. Maybe I'll come on again and record, maybe I won't. Maybe we won't make it through the Lille crowd, let's see what happens. Dad did nearly get knocked over by a Lille fan, but it was a complete accident, so
No, I'd have sorted him.
no straighteners
I'd have sorted
to
him.
finish the day. Dad thinks he would have had him. Have you ever had a fight in your life?
Eh?
Have you ever had a fight? Ever? At school? I had a couple. Did you ever have a fight?
A Preston North End fan stole my hat when I was about 14.
I'm so glad I
went to an FA Cup game,
Yeah.
and I was walking along the road and a Preston North End fan ran past me and nicked my hat.
What kind? Did you? What, so Devon,
I legged it after him.
Did you have a fight?
No, but I legged it after him and then
Did you get
realised...
your hat back?
No.
Sorry, I haven't got any cash, mate. Sorry, sorry, mate. Did you got the hat back?
Hey?
Did you
No.
get the hat? No.
But it was a new hat.
Wasn't a happy
I
end to that
just had
story.
it.
Okay.
I think I'd had it for Christmas.
That was a fun story to end.
Well, there you go.
I enjoyed that. Thanks, Dad. I'm
That's my Preston North End story.
trying to get more stuff out of you like that, and you don't really ever give it me. So nice to get something like that in the end. Right, we're going to go. Villa are safely through to the quarter-finals. We should safely get back to the car. Don't forget to stay with the channel. There's going to be loads of stuff coming up over the next few days, as always. So, Dad, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
And
See you next
especially the 2 Irish guys we met.
Yes, Ronan and Dermot. I'll see Dermot tomorrow at the Villa thing I'm doing. And yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back with Dad on Sunday, obviously. Till then, bye.